everyone. It's GigaChad.
Did you get your macros in today, bro?
Yo, I'm on my alpha brain, dog. How many reps you doing? I'm doing 157.
Where's your Bugatti, bro?
What color is your fucking Rolls Royce?
Women can't drive.
They can only drive me nuts. Welcome to the Alpha Bro podcast.
Yeah, you can only listen if you're a certified
freak.
Certified Chad.
7 days a week. This is a very specific note to start out on. And also, again, apologies if you hear mariachi music. Apparently, there is a combination quinceañera and birthday tonight that my neighbors are having. So apologies in advance. But
one of these days, we should just hire them to do like a soundtrack for our podcast where they just come in here and we're like, yeah, so anyway.
Just full blast while we try to talk over that. That's what I hear as I fall asleep till 3 a.m. It's just like a low, like quiet at 3 a.m.
You know, I think we both kind of suffer with something that's just like outside of our apartment that we can't control, because I actually stooped to a very petty level this last week because I snapped. So across the alleyway from my apartment is like the back entrance of like a bunch of like store shops, you know? It's like the behind of like stores.
Yeah.
And there is like a dance studio or something. And
yeah, sorry, were we being too loud or
me?
No, we're like I was holding a class there and like we were getting a little ratchet, so were we too loud?
Yeah. I mean just a little.
Okay.
I mean like it
I mean you can't host like a fully nude strip class and not blow the speakers out, you know what I mean?
Right. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. It's just more of like the fact that you played Darude Sandstorm 10 times on repeat, like consecutively.
But like, yeah, but I did put like, you know, Genuine's Pony in there.
Right.
At one point to break it up.
That was a nice mix up. I will say. I did enjoy that.
You're welcome.
But like Sandstorm is already like a fucking 7-minute song, you know?
Well, let's just say our routines are a little complicated. There's a lot of naked floor twerking and spread eagling. And and if you can't appreciate that, that's like fine. We'll just table it for now. But okay, sorry.
Well, it drove me to the point of creating a fake Google account and writing a negative review for this business. Because listen.
Okay, but genuinely,
I really did do that because like 7 days a week, and they open at like 7 a.m. and I hear like they have like a back door open or something because that's how I hear it so clearly. But like the instructor has like a microphone or something, and she's like, you know, trying to pump up the girls. And
that's what I do every morning. I just punch my tits around.
Or you get a penis pump for your nipples. And they're like a foot long. That's so
I need
gross.
a reverse of whatever that is.
You can borrow some of my tit meat.
I got the mile long nips. Some road runners. I don't know. Anyway, continue.
So this is what I hear from my fucking apartment every day. I hear, like that's what it sounds like. It's her screaming something like, "Gah!" Like I don't know what the fuck she's screaming.
I think I heard that one time when I stayed over. Has this been going on forever?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's like absolutely insane. I think I must not have noticed it before because when I first moved in, I was only there for like less than a year before COVID happened and then a bunch of businesses shut down.
Well, the other thing you were experiencing too was that fire alarm thing that was going, the smoke detector that was beeping.
That was also during COVID. They had just finished building a school and one of the fire alarms was like low battery. And it was like an industrial fucking fire alarm. Yeah. So it's a really loud chirp. And I ended up calling the fire department because I was like, I don't know if you guys can do anything about that. They're like, no, but we're really sorry because we know that must be annoying. I was like, okay, thanks. Have a good night.
No, but if you pull your shirt down a little more, maybe we can figure something out.
You slide us Abraham Lincoln, we might change our minds.
If you let me slide my fire hose in between your tatas, then we might have a deal.
But the fucking dance studio, dude, I can't take it. Like, I don't.
You're reaching your breaking point because Gizmo is destroying your apartment from the inside out. You have a neighbor who is a habitual cigar smoker.
Chronic cigar smoker. I don't know how he's still alive. I feel like he smokes a cigar every single day.
He probably does. He probably glues two of them together and just makes a really long one.
Puts one in each nostril and just like breathes it in.
You know those joints where it's like a cross joint?
Yes.
He like cuts, glues, or tapes fucking cigars together into a cross.
I feel like that's not too far off, honestly. Like it starts at like 12 a.m. He'll just fucking sit on his patio and smoke a fucking cigar.
And they've been there for 15 years, by the way. So you've complained, haven't you?
Yeah. So
and they're not going to change.
It's funny because I remember calling my landlord after I had just called her to tell her there was a roach in my apartment, which she took swift action on.
Right. Because it's a no tolerance zone for marijuana.
Right. I did a little bit of a self-report there, so I don't know why I did that, but
you were feeling guilty. You told yourself you were going to quit. And
right. It was just a moment of weakness. So
she really does turn a blind eye when she feels like it, though.
No. So, but I was like, oh, I'll just call her and follow up about the bug thing and then mention my fucking neighbor because I caught him sitting outside of my apartment door smoking a cigar one time. I call her and I leave a message. And she writes me a text and she's like, you need to file a formal complaint. Like, you need to write me a letter and put it in my mailbox. I'm like, girl, I told you the information. You already know the information. I don't need to fucking write a formal complaint for you to process that info.
She's like, I can't psychologically process information if it's not printed out and typed on a piece of paper.
If it's not addressed to me specifically in my mailbox, I will not understand it.
If you do not pay for U.S. postage, the message ain't coming through.
And
I'm
I know
sorry.
we live in the same apartment complex, but you still need to send it through the USPS.
Look, these people are working their asses off day in and day out, and I'll be goddamned if they don't see some revenue from it.
We need to support our boys in blue.
Why is she slowly turning into fucking Lois?
Because,
Pina,
you were on...
There's a guy smoking a cigar outside my apartment.
Fuck, that one wasn't really good.
It's... Well, we can't win them all. You were on a Lois kick this weekend, I feel like. Was it? No. Yeah, this past weekend. You sent me a video of you with a glass of wine sitting on a toilet at your friend's apartment.
Oh, my God.
Doing a Lois impression.
Yeah. Because I had skinned my knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually did
10
that.
Minutes doing that.
My friends had to wait for me while I was on the sidewalk, just rocking back and forth.
Lowers.
Lowers. Dude, no, it fucking hurt. I wasn't even drunk, by the way, when I fell. I just was wearing heels and I walked over uneven pavement.
You had to wait until you were in a safe facility to imbibe.
Yeah. I don't think I realized how bad it was until the next day.
It was it engulfed your entire knee. It just turned purple.
It's just, I mean, we were just talking about this, knees, they're so sensitive.
Well, anything with skin and bone and not a lot of fat is kind of
ooh, what if you had just
fat knees?
Yeah, just fat knees. Everything else was proportion except your knees were balloons.
Oh my God. Wasn't that, you remember that movie Flubber with Robin Williams?
I try to forget it.
It haunts my dreams. Well, didn't Flubber actually help him play fucking basketball or something?
That was my sexual awakening.
No, well, Flubber helped him play basketball or some shit. What if you just injected a little bit of Flubber into your knees? It's a non-invasive procedure. We just inject a little bit of Flubber into your kneecaps.
Okay.
It gives them an extra bounce.
So what is the end result there? What does that give me?
Well, you won't skin your knee as much.
Okay.
and they won't sweat as much as they have been.
Right. I do tend to sweat the most in my knees.
Yeah. And also you can play a mean game of basketball.
And I can suck dick pretty good.
I mean, you already can, but the endurance will be a little bit longer. You won't be skinning your knees every 5 minutes.
I won't be screaming in agony every time I get down to give a blowjob. Like,
dude, I also skinned my knee on a fucking plastic roller skating rink floor, which, come on, guys, companies, look, I know you like doing roller skate pop-ups, which, like, okay, choose the most fucking dangerous activity where all the participants are going to get bloodied and beaten.
It looked really small, too.
It was very small. So I went
yeah.
to Liquid IV, had a pop-up thing where they did, they had a roller rink, and Benefit had a roller rink pop-up too, but they always use this cheap, shitty fucking plastic flooring, like the kind of plastic that, you know, that crates are made out of.
Right.
Like a storage crate.
Isn't that what like the Disco Oasis thing did too?
It probably was.
It
but
looked the same.
it's like impossible to skate on well, and if you fall, you get a fucking grid imprint of whatever the pattern is into your skin. And so that happened to me. I could have used my knee as a stamp. You know, just put a little bit of ink on it. It would have imprinted the same pattern on a piece of paper.
I had a really weird dream where I got a really bad sunburn and you came over to like help me with it because it was so painful. I was like, oh, look, like my skin is peeling off. And like sheets of skin were peeling, like thick sheets of my skin were peeling off.
Did I chip them off and eat them like corn chips?
Well, no, I did. You were a little freaked out.
Well, you told me that you were doing that with your fingernails earlier. your nail polish.
Delicious and nutritious.
Anyway, but I did visit my parents for a little bit. We went fucking river rafting. My dad, my brother, his friend, and I. And it was an 8-hour day trip down the American River.
Jesus.
And my ass has never been so sore. And that's saying a lot if you catch my drift. But it was like, you know, I have an ass. It exists. It's not just like a shallow indent where an ass would be.
Convex, concave butt.
Yeah. So it exists, but it's not incredibly padded. So I was sitting on like a hard fucking rubber raft for 8 hours, and I could not walk like the next morning after because my ass bones hurt.
Oh my God.
I walked and it was like yeah, I was like the fucking Tin Man, and then I had to sit for another 8 hours and drive home the next day. So don't recommend maybe that long of a river rafting thing if you're gonna do it. Also, if you don't want to risk like getting a face full of fucking water every 5 seconds, maybe not.
Was it like a whitewater rafting thing?
No, Jill. It's not the fucking 60s. Like, everyone of every shade could come.
That's okay.
That being said, the water was occasionally white, but you know, not always.
Like it came from like Europe kind of white.
Well, slightly less cultured or classy. It had its moments, you know.
When there's like a big wave like lapped up on the boat, it was like let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, some of the waves had Karen bangs. I was a little confused.
That's so interesting.
And also, weirdly enough, the only boat that got toppled over was a raft full of Indian people.
Oh no.
So I think the American River is a little racist.
Damn.
Dude, okay, that reminds me of something. It was funny in the moment having not been the people to be toppled over, but there was like one last big, really like huge rapid, right? And there was a bit of a traffic jam because it spits you out into this like little, they call it like the catcher's mitt thing, and you have to paddle really hard to get out of that. And this one fucking group of people, I think it was like an Indian family, but they flipped their fucking boat.
Oof.
And so they're all just like floating down the river, and all the other boats are trying to rescue them. And we brought one guy onto our boat, and he was like shaken and
Oh my
clearly in
God.
shock. I know it was like someone's dad, right? And
Were they injured?
no, they're fine. Like they were totally fine. They just got shaken up by a
Emotionally damaged.
yeah, no, psychologically. So we pull this guy onto our boat, right? And he's like shaken. And my dad leans over and he's like, "Oh my God, was that scary?" And the guy looks and he's like, "Yeah." And everyone in our boat fucking laughed. But he wasn't joking.
He's like, these fucking white people laughed at me.
These white demons. He was like emotionally fucking scarred. Like he was in shock. And my dad's like, "Was that scary?" He's like, "Yeah." And we're like, "Oh."
Like he just is watching like in slow motion, like there's like spit flying out of your mouth.
It's like food in our teeth. He was fine. Him and his family were fine.
What happened to their boat? Like, did they?
They flip it over.
Oh,
It was like a whole team effort thing. Like everyone helped rescue a family. It was kind of crazy,
wow.
but I know. I don't know how soon I need to go back.
Yeah, I went rafting with my family in Marco a couple of years ago.
Oh shit, where?
In Tahoe.
Okay.
Our boat didn't flip over or anything, but
And you guys are paddling, right?
yeah, we had Marco, my dad, and then
Yeah.
Joseph and his friend. So
Yeah.
like it was a lot of men.
boys.
Boy power. And well, you know, Marco spends most of his free time at the gym, you know, drinking protein shakes anyway.
Speaking of GigaChads, I feel like we opened on that note, but like we didn't really get to dive into it at all. But I don't know if you guys know what a GigaChad is. But think of it as like the ultimate superior bro.
like the top tier Chad.
Right. Did you just fart?
No.
Uh-huh. I just said "Rrr."
What? That's not me.
You-
It's a tuba.
You're fucking with me. That's not a tuba.
It's a fucking tuba.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm losing it. This band is killing me. Anyway, but a GigaChad is like, it is
Like,
a tuba.
think of, like-
Ironically, very alpha.
Yeah, like think of like a Chad at the gym, except like on steroids, like
Yeah.
more steroids than normal.
And there's like the Chad face, which Jillian has been trying to perfect.
it's
but
so hard. Like there are these guys on TikTok that are literally famous. They have millions of followers just because they can do this fucking face.
it's terrifying.
It's so like the amount of facial muscles that they are moving all at once is absolutely insane and awe-striking. Like
It might be demonic. Like there might be some kind of possession
they
going on.
like make a deal with Satan to be able to fucking do the Chad face, because I'm like, I feel like I'm really close. Like with my eyebrows, at least I can raise one of my eyebrows, but I can't do both at the same time. And the key is to get like both.
Oh, you mean both? You can raise your eyebrows, but you can't get them to
I can't like arch them.
arch
like
them.
like you're like angry, like in a cartoon where like the ends of your eyebrows are like up and
You
the
know, I feel like I have pretty good eyebrow control, but it's the rest of it. Like I feel like these guys are so good at it that they give themselves cheekbones and a butt chin.
right.
You know what I
like,
mean?
I'm gonna be practicing it so much that my facial muscles are gonna be like so sculpted, like my jawbone will just like transform
It's
into
gonna
like
be stuck like that.
yeah, like you know how your mom would be like, don't make that face or it'll get stuck like that.
You're like, what face?
It's that with the Chad face, and then I'm like doing that for the rest of my life. And Marco's like, okay, you've been doing that a lot. You can stop. I'm like, no, I can't.
You don't understand. Well, Marco is kind of
Marco-
it would take a Chad to know a Chad,
Right,
'cause
he's-
he you know there's like superior Chads out there who
Right,
are really good at the Chad
because-
face.
Honestly, if we think about it, Marco is the ultimate Chad because he was grown in a laboratory.
Right, he was made to be a Chad.
Right. And he's, you know, German, so he's the UberChad.
Yeah, Marco is an UberChad because he has the chiseled face
Right.
and like the butt chin a little bit.
God, I wish
It's
that
terrifying. I hate it.
I wish that he would try to do the face. I got my brothers and my friend to do it, but I can't get Marco to do it. I think I don't think the world would be ready. I think it would be so intense.
I think our heads would implode.
Yeah, it's like the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like our faces would just melt.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to handle it. It's like the same thing with him doing an American accent. He won't do an American accent.
What? I feel like it would be so easy for him at this point. That's bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna force him. We're gonna kidnap him, and we're gonna make him think that like he's being held hostage.
Right, we'll get like voice changers. Like,
You better do an American accent right now or blow your fucking brains out.
We'll shove a Target bag over his head, and then realize he's starting to asphyxiate, and then have to find
and then he
a black fucking cloth bag. And then
gets
what?
a boner while he's asphyxiating. We're like, oh,
Marco, I'm gonna leave you guys alone. Yeah. There's
fucking tuba outside.
guys, I hope you can hear it kind of. I honestly kind of hope you can hear it because it's so fucking funny.
First of all, also,
Okay, yeah, you need to tell the story of when you arrived here and what you heard. Because
well, right. But as an aside, I just want to say, you kind of said something that bothered me. Like, you accused me of farting, and when I said I didn't, you were like, "Don't lie to me," because I wouldn't. I wouldn't ever lie
That's
about
a
not
lie.
farting. I would claim it. If I farted, I would claim it.
okay, that's true. You don't lie about farts. You lie about other things, but farts,
Right.
you're very honest with.
Yeah.
Well, also you can't hide because the smell is
You
just so
can't
overwhelming.
hide what's inside. No, when I pulled up here,
Cut my fart into pieces.
this is a nasty scent.
Okay.
Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a damn if
That's what we're going to sing to Marco when we put a Target bag over his head. Okay. You got here and
the neighbors are having like the celebration and they have a mariachi band and they were it's like a live band and they were just like a little off key and a little bit off tempo from each other, so it was like the beat was going and then
I'll do the beat. Ready? Boom, 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 boom. But it was like the trumpets were also out of sync with each other.
they were like out of tune a little bit. It was like very
Just do it. Let's do it like if we were doing the Star Spangled Banner, right?
okay.
And I was like trying to harmonize with you, but I'm also kind of off tempo.
Okay.
And 5, 6,
Oh.
7. God.
That's a
That, but like a little more up tempo.
yeah, that's an Americanized representation.
Yes, because that's all we know.
We
We're
just
uncultured
colonized
swine.
that, actually.
No, we're uncultured swine. I'm not trying to culturally appropriate their music if I don't know it. You know,
Right.
How inappropriate is that if I'm pretending to know any mariachi song?
That's fair.
I mean, our neighbors used to throw Cinco de Mayo parties because the dad was Hispanic, and I remember eating all the food and so many fucking. I have a tamale addiction to this day.
Oh, I fucking love tamales.
Oh,
They're so
sweet
good.
corn tamales too.
Oh,
I know this is not authentic too, but it reminded me of you remember Chevy's, going to Chevy's. And first of all, Chevy's had like when we were kids.
yeah.
They had like a tortilla making machine.
Yes, I remember that.
And they let you play with the dough balls when you were a kid at the table, right?
oh my god, I remember eating those.
Okay, and that's why you are the way you are. Oh, they're at it
What is
again.
the problem with eating raw flour, by the way? I don't understand.
I think it's just not like your digestive system isn't ready for it. But I was gonna say my favorite fucking part.
for this wheat.
Maybe because if there's
So
like
dumb.
yeast or some shit, it's gonna grow a bread in your
Well,
belly.
I already got a yeast infection. What's one more in my butthole?
It's too many. You can only have one at a time.
Legally.
You're not a bread factory. Anyway, no, but I remember the kids' meals. The fucking little sweet ball of corn mash that you would get was crack for me.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
Dude, when we were kids, it was like any family event, It was like Chevys, and we go and get the birthday fucking sombrero.
Yeah.
At some point, we had a collection of like 15 of them.
Oh my God. It was either that or the old spaghetti factory.
Yeah, so the old spaghetti factory.
With the fucking, what do they call the weird ice cream? It's not Neapolitan. Spumoni.
I don't know how I know that, but here we are. And then our grandma taught us to dip the bread in the salad dressing that they had. Do you remember that shit?
Yeah, that was fucking amazing.
Oh, fuck. It was so good. And now I look at those restaurants and I go, no thanks.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm just incredibly privileged and spoiled.
I'm also jaded. I mean,
that's how I see everything at this point.
yeah.
honestly.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, you know, you have your good childhood memories and maybe you just leave it at that. You don't have to revisit.
Well, also, like, growing up in the white suburbs that we did, there weren't, I feel like, a lot of authentic options at that point in time.
Definitely not.
I remember discovering Thai food. You know what I mean? And, like, boba and...
No, and it's crazy because, like, you know, the quote-unquote best, like, Mexican restaurants in my parents' hometown are, like, subpar.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, exactly. Taco Bell Cantina.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they have a Taco Bell Cantina.
Dude,
Let's go get fucked up.
I don't know why the fuck Danville has, like, so many, like, top-tier options of, like, the fast food that's around because it does have a Taco Bell Cantina.
Top tier.
No, I mean, like, it has a Taco Bell Cantina and it has a Starbucks Reserve. Like, why?
What's the difference between a Starbucks Reserve and a regular ass Starbucks? It's reserved for rich people. I don't understand.
Yeah, you have to.
No, you have to make a reservation to attend.
Right.
They only have one chair.
They only have one coffee bean, and you have to fight for it, Hunger Games style.
You have to show up at 6:30 in the morning, blindfolded.
You're only allowed to use what's in the little like sugar and like stirring stick station as like a
as
weapon.
weapons,
Yeah.
and you have to glue cups to your hands.
Right.
You know, because people with acrylics get a little crazy sometimes. Dude, when I was a kid, I remember getting into a fight with this kid in my in this bouncy house I was at for this birthday party, and wrestling him and like using my fingernails as claws and scratching the shit out of him.
Oh my God. I also got into a fight with a kid in a bouncy house, and I did that too.
Ow!
Like that. Bouncy houses turn kids into like fucking Lord of
Menaces?
the Flies. Like
It's so insane that we both decided to use our fingernails to disfigure young boys. And the funny thing is, I remember getting like reprimanded after I got out, but I don't know if it was play farting.
that's what that tuba is doing.
I don't know if it was intended as play fighting from the jump, and it just turned into like I accidentally got hurt, and so I got angry. But I have the opposite problem now, where I can't not make jokes and laugh when I'm sparring at my gym. So I'm like cracking jokes and shit while people are punching me in the fucking face, and I can't stop.
You're like, so anyway, and you're like, your teeth are falling out.
You joke, but that's what I that's how I am. I'm like spitting through my mouth guard trying to get out of conversation. I'm like, so anyway, my fucking cousin's talking about monkeypox all the time. And it was so annoying because she sent me all these texts.
Oh, you knocked on that tooth. No.
Anyway.
When I was a little kid, if I saw a bouncy house at a party, I was out for blood. It was like a shark in the water. I was ready to go.
You bit a hole in a couple of them, actually. Shut down a few parties.
From that day forward, my parents started putting a muzzle on me.
He just found you in the back gnawing on a corner of the bouncy house.
I was like Hannibal Lecter. They had to wheel me into a party.
Like a rabid hamster.
Yeah.
I remember your brother Joseph had a big bouncy house slide for one of his birthdays.
Oh my God. I don't know why my parents decided it. I guess it was like an end of summer type of party too. For like the whole neighborhood.
Oh
And
shit, that's nice.
yeah, that shit was insane. It was off the hook.
I got one of them winter birthdays. I remember what birthday was this? I think it was 13. Because we did a Sweet 16.
Yeah.
We did two things. We did a Sweet 16 birthday for me 1 year. Jilly came to visit, and we all like got our hair, nails done at this little salon thing, and then went to Buca de Beppo for dinner.
Hell yeah, brother.
No, but that was after my mom drove us to the mall, and she thought it'd be a cute idea to give everyone 16 quarters to spend. Because, I was turning 16.
I remember that.
And they were in Ziploc bags. And so we were just like a pack of rabid fucking 13-year-old girls running around the mall with Ziploc bags full of quarters trying to find
We're
things we
using
could
them as
afford.
weapons.
I bought a cake pop and a coupon for a gift card. No, I don't remember. But my 13th birthday, we were there. Were you there for that too? The like Hooray for Hollywood one?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So it was like a super rainy day, whatever. And my mom kind of came up with the idea to go to like a Chinese buffet because they have the Grauman's Chinese Theater here.
Oh my god, I remember that too.
Right.
Did someone get food poisoning?
Probably. So we did that, and then we all went in like boas and cheap plastic sunglasses that you get at Party City. So we all dressed up, and then I remember after lunch we went to go see National Treasure, like the sequel in the theater.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You remember that?
I don't remember seeing National Treasure. I remember the buffet and like the
Yeah,
Hollywood
like I remember
getup.
all the fun stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
I-
remember seeing
I-
Nicolas Cage screaming.
I'm like, I really don't recall. And you remember like looking over at me in the movie, and I'm like, just like in a catatonic state.
Nicolas Cage.
When
When I see Nicolas Cage, I black out.
and not from my own free will. He just has that effect on me for some reason. It's almost like he's a
I think I was
Vampire?
cursed by a witch. I feel like most of my birthday parties were usually like Christmas themed because
Yeah,
it was
because-
literally 4 days before Christmas.
Dude.
Also, like usually most people couldn't even fucking go because it was during the
had
holidays.
better
So
shit to do.
yeah.
I remember in college you were gonna go out for your was it your 21st birthday?
No, it was my 22nd.
Who cares about
Oh
all
my
that?
god, it was so
It was
sad.
sad, but
It was so sad. I invited like 12 people. And
12 people.
it was something ridiculous like that, right?
See,
and
I don't
I'm
even
like,
bother anymore.
yeah, because I was like, well, I know some people probably can't go.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. And
So-
you're in a sorority. That's just like a thing you do.
Yeah. So I invited all those people and they had all said yes. And then a week before, my friend was like, actually, I can't because like I have to go help my mom with something that weekend. I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, thanks for telling me. Like, she was so nice. She like dropped off like 2 bottles of Prosecco for me. It was really sweet.
Okay.
Because she felt bad that she couldn't go. I was
That's
like,
nice.
oh, no worries. So
You're just like crying alone in your bedroom,
yeah,
drinking
like
them out of the
chug,
bottle,
like double fisting both bottles.
throwing up because of the bubbles.
Yeah. And I remember I had like set up this cute little like snack table for the party guests because we were
Yeah.
gonna like pregame at my apartment.
That's like my favorite part of parties is hosting
Me
and
too.
like setting up snacks
It's
and
so
decorations
fun.
and shit.
I love
you were
party
excited.
planning. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then like the day of, like in the morning, a couple people canceled. I was like, whatever, like we still got a good number going. And then like an hour before everybody else canceled.
They're like, I have to go help my mom.
Yeah. I just
Pluck
don't
her.
like you, actually. I realized
I gotta go help my mom pluck
I
her
gotta go
toe
help-
hairs.
I gotta go take my goldfish to his dentist appointment.
My turtle's pregnant and I'm the
I
father.
think I'm the father.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that was really sad. So it ended up just being my roommate, and Lauren,
Yeah.
and we went out to this
We're
bar.
only true friends.
Yeah, and I don't know what bar it was. It was
I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, some random bar, but you know, it was like the end of the night, and like everyone was going home. So like I just remember at the time I had like just started dating Marco,
Yeah.
and I went over to his apartment, and he held me in his arms while I cried because I was so sad that like all my friends had canceled.
No, Jill, that's so sad. I feel so bad for like joking about it.
No,
obviously,
it's
but
I mean it's kind of funny in retrospect, but like that was like one of those moments where I was like,
no,
yeah,
that's so sad.
I know, that sucked.
Dude, you know what though? I had to come to terms with that on my 21st birthday too, because like I also just didn't have really any close friends in college. I tried, but I just didn't really love anyone that I ended up being friends with, and like you know, moved on, whatever. But I remember my 21st birthday, I bought myself a cake and balloons and decorations, and I threw myself my own party that other people came to, obviously. But I was like, no one else is gonna do this shit for me. I know what I want, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
fucking get it. And if people come, they come hang out. And if they don't, that's fine. We're not really all that close anyway. You just kind of have to not take it personally and just enjoy whatever you have. And
Yeah.
now it's like my birthday is always just literally you, Brittany, and maybe one or two other people, because I don't want to fucking bother dealing with the letdown of people turning me down, because I
No,
know they don't want to come in the
exactly.
first place, so I don't fucking ask them, and I don't feel bad about it.
That's the other thing. Like, I'd rather have like a little close friend gathering than like some party with a bunch of people who don't give a fuck about me.
Right. If you want me to invite you to my birthday party, let me know. But I have a feeling no one that I know of that I haven't been inviting wants to fucking come.
Right.
No offense to like myself.
No, but I know
I'm
what you
pretty
mean.
lame.
It's like you might as well not even bother because they're just gonna say no.
Maybe this is just the depression talking, but I don't know. I always just assume people don't want to hang out with me, which I know is like,
Well, no,
very
you just assume
self-deprecating.
correctly. That's right.
Oh. You always remind me that I know I'm pretty
No, I
much
like- I have
accurate
to-
most of the time.
I have to keep you in your place.
No,
No,
but I think
I
because
think
shh. This is why I have low self-esteem. She fucking bully me when I'm trying to tell a heartfelt story about how I was bullied in high school. No, but I think because I went through some shit in high school and like had some very bad social anxiety and all this shit, and I think I carry a lot of stuff with me that's still just these negative assumptions of like, oh well, no one wants to waste their time like hanging out with me, like they have other stuff to do, and I also don't want to deal with the anxiety of like getting coffee with the person I don't know that well. Like for me, it just feels like a hassle to go out of my comfort zone and like make a new friend. Like I don't
Yeah.
make new friends really. I'm friendly with people, but I don't go out of my way to ask them to hang out because I just assume if they want to hang out, they'll ask me.
It's also really hard to make new friends as you get
As an
older.
adult?
You know, back to the birthday thing, like my birthday is so close to Christmas that it's just easy to make it like a holiday thing.
My birthday is 5 days after New Year's too, and on the day of the insurrection now. So a lot of people are preoccupied with other things, like planning the next ones.
Right.
So I know that's what you've been up to, but
Well, I wanted it to be a surprise, but you know me too well.
you blindfold me and take me to the Capitol.
You take your blindfold off and there's all these like red laser beams like focused on you. I'm like, surprise!
But like you're not there anymore. You just left me in the middle.
Yeah, you're holding a walkie-talkie. And like the Capitol snipers are
Walk
like,
2
we are
paces.
inside.
You strapped an AR-15 to my back. I got you this new backpack. You're gonna love it.
You take off your blindfold and you're like, what the fuck? And you realize that I like face painted you to like have like the buffalo head guy's face paint, and you have like the buffalo head hat on.
Oh my god, dude. I can't. I'm like live streaming to the president. That's fucking awful. Oh fuck, that's so
Happy
awful.
birthday!
Jillian, you shouldn't have. No, it's funny because it's always right after the holidays. Everyone's fucking busy. They're not worried about that shit. But now I have something in common with people who have like 9/11 birthdays, because that's the only thing people think of on that date now. And like Christmas birthdays or Thanksgiving or fucking
Any
Christmas again.
Holiday, yeah. Double
Um,
Christmas.
Our cousin's birthday's on Halloween,
Yeah.
which is pretty scary.
I feel like, yeah, like as I get older, I just would rather do like little like girls' night. Like,
yeah. Where you get schlammered.
yeah,
and
absolutely shit faced. Like we end up in the dumpster behind some random Chili's.
You're fucking eating leftover Jack in the Box with raccoons, crying.
These are my friends now.
Crying in your husband's arms.
Yeah, because all my friends.
All your raccoon
All
friends.
my
deserted
raccoon
you.
friends canceled.
Fuck, dude. My raccoon friends, if I had any, would definitely desert me. Because the ones that live by me already don't like me. They hiss at me, and it's not very nice.
Oh my god, did I tell you my mom found a baby possum?
No.
It's so cute.
Ew.
No, not you.
I said it's so cute.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
you better watch your fucking mouth.
I fucking cannot.
No,
Ever since-
She named him Tomato because he was eating her
No,
tomatoes.
No, is it inside?
Well, so it's too small. Like it fell off its mom, so it's too small to be on its own in the wild.
Yo, that fucking possum fucking fell off, dude.
Yeah, you low key fell off, bro.
That's insane. So she have like a little box for him or something?
Yeah, so because she called like the local wildlife rehabilitation center and they were like, yeah, like we're not accepting any new animals right now, so you deal
Good
with
luck.
it. Yeah, good fucking luck, bro. Google's your best friend. And
Don't
Yeah.
feed it crack.
so she's yeah, we really don't want to, make the opossum crack epidemic worse, so please just don't.
So you have a little possum crack baby.
So she has him in a little box and she's been feeding him like berries and yogurt and she got like possum food because like
Fucking
that's
buy,
a thing you
dude.
can fucking buy.
Is she feeding him Activia? Just shitting his brains out.
Yeah,
That's
it's really cute. Do you
Cute.
want to see a picture of it?
I don't know.
Also, I did just fart for real.
I did too.
Oh
like
my
5 minutes ago.
God. Nice. No, it's
Fisters.
no. Oh my God, that smells rancid. Ooh.
God.
God, sorry. That one was really bad. Oh my God, it smells like dog shit.
I
Which
told you to stop
coincidentally
eating dog
is-
shit,
It's
dude.
it's what I have for dinner.
Oh my god.
This is what it
okay.
looks like. What?
He has like black hole eyes and a long.
eyes like a doll's eyes.
Oh my god. He has black hole eyes and a little curled up tail and a really long snout, and it looks like there's black pus coming out of his ears.
Oh my God.
Fucking horrifying.
I think he's adorable.
he's just cowered in a corner.
Well, he's scared. My mom said when she would pick him up
I
in
would
the
be
beginning.
scared too if your mom got that close to me.
No, when she would pick him up in the beginning, he would play dead. He would just be like,
Oh, no. Why is she touching him?
well, she was picking him up to make sure he was okay. And
Should
also
have just left him alone. Motherfucker was out there living his life.
he wouldn't have lived his life though.
He wouldn't have lived his life. though.
life.
So Italian.
He would have been eaten by something.
Good. And that thing would have gotten a meal. Is that the instructor?
Yes.
Is she here? She's playing with the mariachi band.
Are you here with us now? Say something if to give us a sign. I fucking hate her. I hate her. It's like how tennis players like scream and grunt when they're playing.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, it's so funny because my friend Tina has been like super into tennis lately. So she's like, oh, Tina. Tina's playing tennis.
Yeah.
And
Tina's the weenus.
Tina's the weenus. I hope she doesn't listen to this. No, she
Hope
doesn't.
She does.
She's a fake friend. She doesn't listen. No, she.
Well, she's Swedish. She doesn't understand.
Well, right. Yeah. It all sounds like a
She'll
bunch
be-
of garbledigook to her.
right.
Well,
Gobbledygook.
the feeling's mutual, you Swedish fuck.
Hinga dinga durkin.
Hinga dinga durgan.
That's what she
Fuck,
sounds
okay,
like
let
when
me-
she's making love.
Get to the point of the
Hinga dinga
story.
durkin. Sorry, go on.
She's been really into tennis and she asked me to come play with her and I was like, okay. Like I used to take lessons when I was a kid and I was like talking to her. I was like, I think it's so funny when professional tennis players are always like, "Ugh!" Like they're like screaming.
Yeah.
But when we were fucking playing, I was like, "Ugh!" Like I kept grunting involuntarily. Like I didn't fucking mean to. I was like, I get it now.
His primal screams are
Yeah,
coming
my
out of you.
fucking eyes like widen. I'm like, I
That's-
see. I understand.
That's so fucking funny because I came from a place where I thought I had to make noises in boxing to do it well, and then when I first started, that's all I was doing. I'd be like, no, I'm cutting that out.
Don't.
No, but I'd be like with every punch, like ha ha, whatever, ha ha ha. ha. I can't do it without actually doing it. Yeah, I started gasping for air.
We're having an asthma attack.
I can't do it without actually doing it. But you know what I fucking
No, I know
mean.
what you mean. If I started boxing, I think I would also make some noises, but not the same.
Like a crow?
No, I would make my own punching noises. So I'd be like, whoosh, 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 whoosh. They're like, you don't have to do that every time. And I'm like, what do you mean? That's my fist.
But then you'd also have to make them from when they punch you in the face.
I'm like, whoosh.
No, I was making a lot of noises, and then at some point I realized I didn't have to do that. And I mean, you say it's involuntary, but you made a decision.
Well, it was like
I just imagine your fucking vocal cords are spasming out of your control.
I can't do the goose.
See, I did for my 7th grade middle school talent show, I sang popular, and so I learned how to do the yodel bit. And so that's how I know how to do it. Popular. Popular. Jillian, I swear to Christ.
I recorded
Stop
it.
farting and sucking
I'm
it in.
sorry. Okay, let me suck it back in. Sorry.
No. You're making like the Chad fish lips, and I just imagine all the fart is like suctioning right into your mouth. So maybe don't do that. Okay.
What if I did the Chad face?
What if I kill myself?
What if I did the Chad face and a perfect, like, anatomically accurate fart sound came out of my mouth?
That's not. I pictured 2 things. I pictured you saying, "What if I did the Chad face and a spit bubble came out and floated through the air?" And then I also pictured you saying, "What if I did the Chad face while giving Marco a blowjob?"
He would come instantly.
I'm irresistible, baby.
It's haunting. It is haunting, and it's unnatural, but
It hurts my face.
yeah, I do want to end things on like an inspirational note. I was scrolling through Instagram, and this guy was fucking recommended to me. And I'm not going to out him and say his name or anything. But he looks like the epitome of what a GigaChad is. And there's this photo I'm looking at, right? It's in black and white. And of course it has a really shitty, stupid inspirational quote underneath it. But it's him in black and white in a tuxedo with like a diamond bracelet around his wrist. He's in a sparkly tuxedo, or it's just a bunch of dandruff. And he's adjusting his bow tie and has the thickest beard I've ever seen in my entire life, considering its length. And is incredibly painfully face-tuned.
I feel like he looks like what Drake wants to look like.
He looks like if Drake fucked himself and something went horribly wrong in the first trimester of the pregnancy.
Right. And
that's this guy.
got like plastic surgery to fix it.
The location is Valhalla. So I don't know if this guy just looks like this or he just got a way too many fillers, but there's another video, a reel of him where he's blowing smoke out of his nose in a rhinestone jacket. And one of the tags is pussy magnet, eye candy, hashtag beard.
Hashtag I definitely eat pussy.
Hashtag pussy definitely eats me because I'm very small. And then he has a video, of course, of him working out in the gym, whatever, doing like 2 reps of some weights. And then he has a permanent story where he just has the smallest ass I've ever seen. And I don't know if it's the angle or the fact that he's wearing white leggings.
Well, he's also wearing like a black tank top that looks kind of long, but it is like a comically small ass.
Yeah, it's like the King of the Hill ass.
Right? Yeah. Like you couldn't even bounce a quarter off of it because you'd probably miss. Like,
yeah, the quarter would stick to it and slowly slide down. And I'm not here to body shame this man, but
I am.
Okay. So there's a photo of him in his beautiful bedazzled tracksuit with like a bedazzled skull on the leg and his man tits out. And you can read the caption if you want, but you know.
Doesn't matter whose hand you're holding. Your eyes will always be forsaking me. Jesus fuck. He looks like his whole body was photoshopped. No, he's going to post a photo that's going to be like real eyes, realize, real lies, and anal eyes, analyze, anal lies.
Anyway, we talked on GigaChads for a little bit, and that guy was just an example of a lot of the GigaChads that we've come across. There is a relatively infamous GigaChad that just got kicked off Instagram
I
and
wouldn't
Twitter.
really call him a GigaChad.
Wow.
I think he's a wannabe Chad. And
a Chad's a Chad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even
but-
if his head is shaped like a peanut.
But he's not He looks like someone said he looks like oh my god, Sloth from the Goonies.
It's so fucking funny because there's just a lot of people who you can tell like were never loved by their mother or father,
right,
or parental figure, and so have gone on seeking that love from other people the rest of their lives. And instead of like,
developing a personality,
they just are super misogynistic and then like also confused at the same time why no women want to date them.
Right, and then they run pyramid schemes or whatever.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Well, we should probably get a move on because we are also recording a little special movie review reaction thing tonight. And it's currently 10 o'clock and the Mariachi band is still going
they
strong,
are fucking
in case you're
going
wondering.
hard, man.
Dude, if that tuba blasts again.
Whoa. I got a tuba blast for you right here.
I know. I at least try to match it up so I don't get suspicious. You know what I mean?
I'm like carefully timed. Well, they're off beat. How am I ever supposed to know?
What, like you fart on beat?
Well, I'm saying if I'm trying to mask it and I can't even follow like a tempo because
Right, because if they're not on the same page.
Exactly.
Well, maybe we just go over, we just set the tone with our farts and they can just go off that. And now there's cats fighting in the alleyway. We're gonna go.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think one of the cats stole a fucking tuba and it's trying to break into the apartment.
Oh my god, Jill, lock the fucking door.
Oh my god.
Dude, get the door. Barricade it. Barricade